Hello, good evening, and welcome to September's Quicken Trust live stream. Thanks for joining us tonight. Whether you're here in the UK, in Uganda, or somewhere else in the world, you are welcome to view this 30-minute program with us. We love seeing your comments in the chat, so please do use the chat facility through the stream and let us know where you're watching from and any other comments. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank you for your continued support of the work with our friends and family in Kabubbu, Uganda. Without your commitment, we couldn't carry out the life-transforming work and support. Now, a few days ago, Geraldine caught up with Resty and Faridah from Kabubbu. Resty looks after the welfare support for our Kabubbu Development Project, and Faridah is the KDP's very talented administrator. And they'll be sharing a little about their work and chatting about the Street Business School. Jeff Booker is also here, and he'll be giving us a roundup of recent activities and upcoming events. But before that, here's Paul, out and about in the leafy Surrey lanes and East Sussex.
Thanks, Simon, and hello, everyone. I'm here in Lingfield at the Open Garden, and I'm grateful to Sue and David Joy, long-time supporters of the Quicken Trust, for opening their garden today. I managed to catch up with a few of our visitors today, and also earlier in the week I managed to catch up with some of our coffee morning visitors. Here's what they had to say.
I'm Martine, and I've been running the coffee mornings for Kabubbu for a number of years in different halls. This is the first time we do it here in St. Barnabas, so thank you, St. Barnabas. And it's my way of contributing to what I think is a fantastic work in Uganda. I've been in Kabubbu a number of times, and I'd love to go back as soon as it's possible.
Hi, my name's Evelyn. I've supported Quicken Trust for 12 years, and I've been out to Kabubbu 6 times, and I feel that I can make a difference to the people there.
Hi, I'm Paul, and my wife Joanne and I have supported Quicken Trust almost from the beginning. I've been to Kabubbu 3 times, Joanne's been once, and we were for a long time supporting 2 children. The boy is now much older, but we're still supporting Narina, as we have done for about 15 years. I first met her when she was about 5. She's now 21, I believe, 22, and we just think it's a great charity, doing really good work, and we are so impressed with what has happened and the progress that's been made.
Hi, we're having a reunion. We're long-time supporters of the Quicken Trust, and we were together there 5 or 6 years ago.
Yes, it's wonderful. It's wonderful meeting Christine again and everybody here at this wonderful open garden. The weather is perfect.
It's been lovely here today at the Open Garden supporting the Quicken Trust, and I can't wait for the next one.
It's been amazing being here today, helping volunteer and support the people of Kabubbu through the Quicken Trust. Thank you, and we can't wait for our next Open Garden.
Well, we've had a super time today here in Lingfield at the Open Gardens for Quicken Trust. Our thanks to Dave and Sue Joy for opening their garden. If you want to join us next year on the Open Gardens programme, then please email us at contactus@quickentrust.com. We'd love to hear from you. And if you're fundraising in another way, also contact us. Whether you're a quizzer, a runner, no matter what you do for us, we'd be grateful to hear from you, and we can help promote it and raise lots of money for the people in Kabubbu. Back to you, Simon.
So Paul, thanks for organising those fundraising events, and we're glad that they're slowly coming back to life. And if you'd like to fundraise in any shape or form, please email us at the address below, and then we can help promote your activity and also support you. So that's at contactus@quickentrust.com. Now, before Geraldine catches up with Resty and Faridah from Kabubbu, Jeff is here to bring us up to speed with the current COVID fund appeal and the other activities.
Good evening, Simon, and hello, everyone. Well, thanks to you, our donors and supporters, our Kabubbu COVID Fund appeal currently stands at £24,153. This is a terrific amount. The appeal continues as it will take many months for the health centre to recover and catch up with the thousands of patients that benefit from the many clinics and outpatient services. For as little as £5 a month, you could help contribute towards the ongoing costs of running the health centre, helping the team of frontline nurses catch up more quickly on the backlog of patients and clinics. Whether it's a £5, a tenner, or even more each month, you can help support our dedicated nurses to serve the Kabubbu community with loving and affordable healthcare. If you can afford a gift, however small, please visit our website donation link that has just come up on your screen. As you've just seen and heard, we've had 2 open gardens. Thanks to our hosts for organising these, they helped us raise over £900. Our target for next year is to see if we can have 15 to 20 gardens open. Please do email us if you would like more details on how you can be part of our open gardens. Around 100 people visited the 2 gardens, and 80% of these were new to Quicken Trust. I do hope that some of these new people will consider supporting us. Now, we've restarted our coffee mornings and speaking events. On November the 24th, the next coffee morning will be held at Christchurch, Hailsham. This is free to attend, and the coffee morning team will be waiting to give you a warm welcome. Lots more dates coming in, but a date for the diary is a quiz night in the new year at the Community Centre in Lingfield, Surrey, on the 15th of January 2022. Teams can book in via the Lingfield Community Centre. Well, earlier this month, Joe Casewell and Georgie Paget took part in the South Coast Challenge and covered 45 miles. Their target was to raise £300 and they smashed it. So far, they've raised £430 for the Quicken Trust. And former Quicken Trust trustee, the Reverend Andrew Lightbourne, and his church warden George Hooper, prayer walked 12 miles of the Ridgeway Path last Saturday, a route used since prehistoric times by travellers, herdsmen and soldiers through ancient landscapes. And Andrew's Church, St Lawrence Church at Winslow, also held their harvest service on Sunday, and so far they've raised over £700. Next Sunday, the 3rd of October, and after many months of waiting, the London Marathon is scheduled to take place. Charlotte Dodds will be taking part for Quicken Trust. She's been training hard. Charlotte set a fundraising target of £1,500 and so far has raised a magnificent £1,098 to support our friends in Kabubbu. Now, there's still time to support her. All these fundraisers have Just Giving pages still open, and you can add a donation to their efforts. If you visit justgiving.com/Quicken Trust, and you'll see Andrew and George's, Charlotte's and Joe and George's fundraising pages there. Now, the easiest way to visit our website, quickentrust.com/diary, is to see what other details are coming up. This will have all the details of events, location maps and contact details of the organisers. Also, watch out for extra events and details on our Facebook pages, and can I encourage you to like and share our posts and events. It's such a simple way to increase visitors, introduce new friends to Quicken Trust, and help generate more funds for Kabubbu.
Lastly, Jeff, I hear that finally you'll be out and about speaking in Hailsham next month.
Yes, Geraldine and I are thrilled to be back on the road again. We've been invited to Christchurch in Hailsham by our longtime friend and Quicken Trust supporter Paul Endersby to be their guest speakers at their lunch club on Wednesday the 13th of October. If you wish to book a ticket and hear the latest news from Kabubbu, please contact us at quickentrust.com, and we'll ensure Christchurch receives your inquiry. And may I add that if any viewers are looking for speakers for an event, club or church service, then we'd love to hear from you. Also, I know Paul will be taking a school assembly later next month, So if you have a school assembly you would like us to participate in, please email your requests. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff. It's good to hear about the fundraising activities. And yes, I would encourage our viewers to consider running an event or taking part in an event. So whatever you're doing with friends, family, groups or societies, you'll probably be the perfect fundraiser. Maybe it's a bake-off you want to do. Maybe it's a quiz, a fish and chip supper, or maybe a Chinese supper with a quiz, a Christmas concert or a craft stall. Or perhaps instead of Christmas presents, you and your family and friends want to set a giving page up and make your donations to Quicken Trust. There's all sorts of ways you can be creative and think about raising money for the people of Kabubbu. Now, many of you will have met or may even know Resty and Faridah, who head up the welfare support and administration in Kabubbu. And over the years, they have become valued members of the Kabubbu Development Project team. And Geraldine took time earlier to catch up with them. Geraldine first asked Resty what her job entailed.
I'm dealing with different people in the community, do home visiting, running elder gatherings, taking children with disabilities to the hospitals, HIV support.
Do you find it is hard to get people to trust KDP or to trust Quicken Trust? Is that an issue?
They have been promising things and they completed it. They fulfill the promise. We can trust the promises, and the people of the community started to entrust in them.
Right. So it's very important for us as Westerners to do what we say we're going to do. Recently, I understood that a university researcher came to Kabubbu and wanted to measure whether people were living in poverty. How did they measure poverty?
And the dimensions the researcher used to measure poverty was basing on household income and number of meals a household can afford a day. Basic meals being 3 meals a day. Yeah.
So measuring poverty not by income but by considering how many meals a day somebody has is a very new idea. I have never heard that idea here before. What was the percentage that they found that were not able to have food?
Yeah, the percentage was 67%. It was 67%.
Was having 1 meal or 2 meals?
They were having less than 3 meals.
Less than 3 meals. Wow. And
yes.
would that be a meal like chicken and chips or tilapia and chips? Or what kind of a meal would it be?
That's very interesting. Actually, here a basic meal is maize flour and beans. That is the basic meal we are talking about.
And so they could only have 1 or 2 meals of maize flour and water. How often do people in the village have meat or fish or eggs, any of those things? How often?
If we look at that in the perspective of those who are living a low income standard, I think fish and meat can only be afforded on Christmas. That is once a year. Or on Easter. Yes.
Okay. What percentage of the people in Kabubbu are economically deprived? 67% you said for food, having 2 meals a day. What about 1 meal a day?
That is 51.3 something, 51.12%.
Wow.
These are people who can afford 1 meal.
Yeah. Why has that problem occurred? Has it always been like that? When you were growing up, Resty, did you only have 1 meal a day?
No, because years back I have been with a land, and the people used to grow their own food so they can feed their families. But nowadays there is no land. There is no land to grow food, so you have to work hard to earn a living so that you can buy, and there is no job. People are jobless.
So people in Kabubbu who had land took the opportunity to sell it to get rich quick, but then they spent the money and now they have nowhere to grow their food. In Kabubbu, Quicken Trust and KDP together have done a number of different things to help people try and earn an income. Faridah, can you tell me the steps we go through in Street Business School?
We take through these women through sessions like building their confidence, such that they can be able to stand up and realize the potential in themselves and see opportunities around them that they can tap. Then we also give them business skills like record keeping, bookkeeping, business planning, money management, marketing, how they can increase their customer base, and we also give them a one-on-one support because they are doing different categories of businesses, and we do follow them up 3 times during the training.
Yep. So is this a program for men and women, or who joins the group?
We are specifically targeting the women because we realize that Kabubbu is having more women than men, and we are women that are heading households, but they don't really have a regular source of income. So the reason why we are targeting women, we realize that they are the very most in need for this particular program.
Right. So let me just ask Resty for a moment. Do the men not support their children or the women in Kabubbu?
There are very, very few men who support their children. Most of children are supported by their mothers.
Right. So a very good reason why the Street Business School project is focused on women. Can you tell me, Faridah, how many people have been trained on the program?
Yeah, so far we have trained 151 women.
And how many of the women are continuing today?
Continue with their businesses. We are having 45% of the women still carrying on.
So that's very good. That we're almost 50-50. That's good. Can you tell me, maybe perhaps one story of somebody who's been successful on the program?
One woman who was just a housewife at home, and she didn't have any income generating activity that she was doing, no source of income, and only depended on what the husband provided, of which even the husband didn't really have much because he was also just doing regular kind of work, casual work. So when she came to the training, she was packed off to think and see opportunities around her, how she can start small, how she can start with what she has. She went back home and decided to go and offer service to a farm and do some digging, and she was able to raise 17,000 shillings, which she used to start a business of flying cassava chips. So with the knowledge that she had got initially, she thought to go to the garden, get some cassava that she had, get some oil, bought some flour and the rest of the ingredients, and fried cassava chips and started selling at the primary school. So after like 2-3 months, her capital had really increased to 25,000, which was very interesting. After 6 months, 7 months, she was really very happy and excited that she can also contribute something at home, not only depending on what the man was providing. And as we speak now, it is 2 years down the road. This woman recently, when we talked to her, she was testifying, telling us that she was able to secure a piece of land for her family, which is very interesting.
Yeah. So initially her income went up in English pounds from about £4 to £6. And now what would she be earning today? What would her income be today?
Today she's having 100,000 a week.
Yeah. So that's somewhere between £20 or £25. That's a very big increase in any money. So that's a great success. Are there any challenges you have with the Street Business School?
Yeah, the challenges we have, even relating to the survey, there are so many women that would really desire to have this training, but the training itself is attached to a cost. Carrying on the trainings, the materials, stationery, and everything we use in the training is having a cost attached to it. And even moving around to offer a one-on-one support for these women is also costly. So we find sometimes that we are challenged to serve the population of women that we have. And the area we serve as Kabubbu Development Project is having so many women than men, and they are heading families. So they have children and people to support, but they never went far in school. So they really need this ingredient of the training to have the basics of how they can raise an income and be able to support their families.
So do they pay for the training?
No, it is free. It is
for the training. They need stationery. The supervisor needs to be paid. The supervisor needs transport to go visit their stall to see what it is they're selling or doing, to support them. So that is what the costs are involved. So you need some investment in that project. Resty, have you got anything else you would like to add about any challenges you are facing in the community?
I think it will be better to thank God for Quicken Trust, because in this lockdown COVID-19, people they have been very, very hungry. But Quicken Trust provide food to some families, and at least now they are somehow. Because you can find a family, the husband just run away from the family because of there is no food. And you found a mother can take her children to the police station because there is no food.
That's a tragedy, a real tragedy. We've heard some very sad things and very challenging things today, but we've also heard some very good stories of where lives are being transformed and where programs are having great success in changing, further changing the community. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Yeah, it is always lovely to hear from you, our beloved supporters, sponsors. We are grateful for your support, and we are bringing warm greetings from Kabubbu. Thank you so much for listening in. Bye-bye.
Thank you for the good work you do. Bye-bye.
Well, our time's nearly gone, but before Paul shares a final thought, please remember that there is a recording of the stream and it's available afterwards on our Facebook and YouTube page. So like it, share it, watch it with your house group, club, society, neighbours, friends, neighbours, dogs walking, friends, uncle, sister, Bible study groups, anyone you like. Just grab anyone and share the story of Kabubbu, and you'll be amazed at the results. Now, we'll be back the last Monday of November. That's Monday the 29th of November with our Quicken Trust live stream. Hopefully we will have ironed out our little bugs and realigned the satellites. But until then, do keep in touch via Facebook. For those on our mailing list, please look out for the autumn newsletter, which will be landing on your doormats in the coming days, and our Christmas Dreams Appeal. Now, if you'd like to join the mailing list and haven't done so yet, email us. Give us your details at contactus@quickentrust.com. Once again, thank you for watching and thank you for your support. Paul, over to you to finish up.
ho, ho. Do you remember the Jolly Green Giant advertising the sweet corn tins? Today, I'm stood in a field of sweet corn, or maize, ready for it to be harvested. Sweet corn is a versatile crop. Some of you will have had cornflakes for your breakfast this morning, or perhaps a few crisps, popcorn or tortilla for lunch. Perhaps you cook with corn oil or just enjoy corn off the cob. Many of you would have seen them growing in Kabubbu or being milled in the mill for flour. In recent years, the Grow Their Future agricultural program in Kabubbu has promoted the use of the husks, the outer leaves of the cob or of the maize. These can be used as mulch to help suppress weeds and retain water. If you did not know, maize is pollinated by the wind. Therefore, they must be sown fairly close together for the pollen to be carried on the breeze to their neighbour. They are interdependent of each other. Without their neighbour, none would bear the fruit, the juicy cob. In the past 18 months, as the world has faced a pandemic, we have all become a lot closer and community focused. Some of us relying on our neighbours for food deliveries, medical supplies, or just a cheery word of encouragement over the garden fence. As a community of supporters for the people of Kabubbu, we have an independent relationship, although we are many miles away from each other. As supporters, we are rewarded by hearing about the lives being transformed and from our friends in Kabubbu. So as we see the cobs on the shop's shelves or in the fields, let us be reminded that no man is an island. We need each other, and we also need God to tend and water our lives for us to bear abundant fruit. Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us together as a community. Thank you for making us interdependent, and thank you for being with us, both when the sun shines in our lives and we can rejoice, and when the storms gather. We know if we put our trust in you, then you will not fail us. Bless our supporters and bless the people of Kabubbu. Amen.